Slow and steady, Amon's forces are determined to claim Bel'Shir's TERRAZINE for themselves. They will stop at nothing to prevent you from reaching Stetmann's harvesters in time to save them. Move as fast as you can to catch up to your enemies and end their assault. Alright, so today we're going to be playing this week's mutation mission in StarCraft 2 and complete it on the brutal difficulty. Now the very first thing to note is that we're going to be playing on the missed opportunities map, which is my personal favorite. I mean, Eagle Stetmann, the voice actor, I mean, I absolutely love his lines. Anyway, first off, we've got Time Warp. Enemy Time Warps are periodically deployed throughout the map to slow us down. Secondly, we got Speed Freaks. Enemy units have increased movement speed, so that basically means they will move around, I don't know, 4 to 5 times as fast as they normally do, I think. Maybe a little slower than that, but they move around significantly faster, whereas we are going to be moving much slower. And then last but not least, we've got the Concussive Attacks as well. Player units are slowed by all enemy attacks. So basically what that means is that we are going to be moving around very slowly, and the enemies will be moving around much faster. I think that considering we're going to be playing on the missed opportunities map, that basically means that we have to be at the objective points in time. Basically, his little carts will start moving on the map and we will have to get to the objective point before those little carts do. I think other than that, honestly, it should be pretty straightforward. Most of the commanders should be viable, and I think since it's been a little while, I'm gonna go ahead and pick up good old Kerrigan. As far as my mastery points go, I got Kerrigan attack damage plus 27, I got the combat unit Vespian gas cost reduced by 26%, and then last but not least, I also have the expeditious evolutions on power set 3, which basically reduces the cost as well as the duration of all of the research time by more than half. Now I've grouped up together with none other than Sushi, who is going to be playing his beloved Alarak, and I think we should be able to do this one.
Welcome to the jungle, Commanders! Hope you like fun and games. Long-term exposure to TERRAZINE provides plenty of both. Trust me. Someone out there is making a game of destroying my bots, though. They're ruining my research. I need you to guard those bots.
Alrighty, I actually forgot that Kerrigan was nowadays in the pretty pink colors. Looks pretty awesome. Now, for those of you unfamiliar with Kerrigan, by the way, she basically plays sort of similar as Zerg does in multiplayer of StarCraft 2, and her army compositions are usually based around like Zerglings, Hydras, and then Ultralisk as well, which is what at the very least I will be focusing on right here. Of course, you can do a wide variety of strategies, but most of the Kerrigans that I see seem to be running exactly that. Now, I'll be making a couple of sets of Zerglings here right from the get-go, so I can start knocking down the rocks here to my natural. One thing to keep in mind is, of course, that we have to be a little careful here with our positioning and whatnot. I should be able to get the metabolic boost up really early. Look at that. Only 48 gas. That's very little. I'll wait a bit to expand. First wave should come early because of the speed freaks. Yep. I'll go ahead and get my Zergling speed here ASAP. That's also one of the reasons why I, by the way, picked Kerrigan. Just because Kerrigan is going to be... I mean, she's going to be rather fast, right? Her unit's maybe not the quickest. I mean, she may not be quite as fast as, for example, Zagara or, of course, Nova, who can literally just teleport around. But she should still be plenty fast to get to the objective points in time. Now, these time warps are going to be a little annoying, but I think for the most part, we should be alright here. Alright, so of course, as always, I'll be focusing here early game on getting as much economy here as I possibly can. I don't really need to tech up towards Lair just yet. We'll focus on an expansion here first while, you know, really building up the drone count. You're going to be hotkey F2. There we go. So we can quickly tap between our bases.
Required. Mineral quantity. I do not take kindly to intruders. Our enemies will learn that soon enough.
Alright, so there's the enemy coming. Yeah, I'm going to have to run my units back. There's going to be quite a few units at our doorstep already. Kerrigan is already almost here. Oh, he's actually got the pylon already set up, ready to go. Fair enough.
The first geyser should be opening up soon. I'll send up.
Yeah, we're gonna have to get over there soon. I think that this may very well, like considering the mutators alone, right? I think that this may very well be one of the easier mutators that we've seen as of late. I mean, for the most part, this should play out as a regular mutation mission, or like a regular brutal mission, I think. With the exception, of course, that everything will be a little slowed down. And, you know, the enemies will be sped up a bunch, but... other than that, I think it should be at least doable. At least doable. Now, I'm not sure if our natural is going to have time warps in it as well. That would be a little more annoying. But either way, Kerrigan is out right now. Gonna, of course, also spread some creep, because her creep spread is basically the better version. But I can just simply rally units across without really having to worry about them dying. I mean, maybe they will arrive a little later, but...
Heads up. I'm sending out the first bot. Make sure to protect it. It's my favorite.
I think we actually are gonna go triple upgrades. Why not? Let's give it a try. It's been a little while since we played Kerrigan, but it should be a lot of fun. There we go. As long as we get our workers first.
Oh, that's just great.
I think we're gonna be fine. Look at that.
My bots. I knew I should have put more turrets on those things.
Okay.
Mineral quantity, not enough energy.
We'll spread some creep here next, and I'll also get another queen here in the natural very shortly. We are gonna have to focus on that creep spread. But Kerrigan, of course, has got a couple of really powerful abilities herself as well. So far, oh. Not fair. Yeah, we're gonna be concussive shelled for a long time. Alright, let's get it started. One tumor that way. Of course, we gotta make sure that we get as many upgrades as we can.
Oh, the harvesting bot is returning now. You'll have to continue guarding it until it arrives.
Okay, very good. And while maybe one of the time warps will get in my natural, right, and slow us down a bunch, I mean, we should be alright. Alright, let's go ahead and get our Hydralisk Den up here as well. Of course, we'll continue building up the Zerglings. And very shortly, I'll actually get the round of upgrades here at the bottom as well.
That's a good little bot. Welcome home. I missed you so much.
I don't really think we need any more gas than 2 gases here in total, right? Maybe I'm mistaken, though. We'll see. I'll leave it at 2 for now. I think this is the point where we really start building up that economy. Or rather, the army.
Oh, more geysers are on the way.
We'll also, of course, start tacking up towards the hive here. As soon as we can. And we'll really start building up a bunch of additional units right now. Very good. Alright, let's get some creep spread going. You get some creep going in this direction as well. That would be pretty sweet. And we'll actually get like 1 additional queen dedicated to creep spread. Just because, you know, we can lose this game, or we can lose this mission because of speed, right? That's kind of one of the issues that we could run into. So if I keep on spreading the creep everywhere, we should be in a good spot. There we go. Let's go ahead and get +2/+2 here as well. Very good.
Sending out the best of my bots. Well,
Best of what's left anyway. Okay. There we go. So if we have one queen dedicated to creep spread, we can just creep up the entirety of the map.
I see you, enemy scum! They're going to attack my bots, commanders.
Ooh, that was a huge hit there. Okay, let's get some Hydras. I think you're gonna be hotkey number 5, queen. Hotkey number 5 and 6. So I can quickly tap towards you. Man. The value. I don't even have to use the assimilation aura or anything just yet. I probably should go ahead and drop some additional resources though. Never a bad thing. Could have gotten quite a few right there. We'll do that for the next attack wave instead. I love the speed at which creep spreads, by the way. It's so fast.
Enemy forces have converged on my bots! Everybody get in there!
Okay. Actually, I think we are gonna need the gases over here. No worries.
My bots are heading back to base. Be careful, commanders. It's a jungle out there.
Allied forces in combat.
Okay. Alright. These ones are gonna be returning here. Apparently there's a bonus objective right there as well, by the way. We gotta make sure that we had a way over
Brace
there.
yourselves. Enemy forces are inbound.
Alright, let's go ahead and grab ourselves some additional resources.
Get what is it you have? Your queen, listen.
Okay.
Look, commanders! Bots! Oh, those are mine. TERRAZINE.
I usually get quite annoyed by most of the voice actors in the game, but these ones are awesome.
TERRAZINE directly out of the majestic Bel'Shir gliders. You might want to stop them if you can, commanders.
Okay, let's go over here.
I think I have a little less than half the TERRAZINE I need. I guess I'll be sending out more bots.
Very good.
Bel'Shir glider's TERRAZINE won't last forever. If you want to save it, you'll have to do it before it's completely drained.
We're good. We're good. We're gonna be able to take this one down.
I'd put money on more geysers showing up soon. If, you know, I had any money.
Make it.
Do you TP us?
Save it.
Ah, too late.
Bel'Shir, thanks you, commanders. I thank you. Yes, me, with the thanking.
Apparently I can't type today. That's alright. Well, we gotta just simply make our way over here. Let's go ahead and get +3/+3. And we'll also go ahead and get ourselves an Ultra Cavern here soon. Come on. Yeah, we do need a lot of gas, actually. Even though everything is much cheaper when it comes to the gas count, going triple upgrades, still pretty pricey.
Assimilation aura is ready, my queen.
Very good.
I built these bots myself in a cave with a box of scraps. So I'd appreciate it if they came back intact.
Swarm forces under attack.
Ah, here come the bad guys. Who are they again?
So this is a tricky one. We don't quite want to like lose it. Ooh, this is a little messy. But there we go.
Your queen make it one speed.
Very good.
Allied forces.
Let's go ahead and get these upgrades as well.
Swarm forces.
Even though we don't really need them.
Make it your queen.
As long as we hold on to both, we'll be alright.
You have my you
I did actually mean to ping my hive there.
Not enough.
Let's go ahead and get these as well.
Guys are smashing my bots to pieces. I really don't want to pick up after them.
Under attack.
Okay, we'll leave our army split up right now from the different objective points. And this is also the point where we start adding on our own ultralisk here.
Gas.
Yes. I may.
Immobilization wave is available, my queen.
Very good.
Allied forces.
Okay, you should probably continue spreading some creep here. If you could put a tumor up there as well, that would be great. Very
Come on
nice.
home, little bots. The commanders will protect you. Hey, they're attacking my bots! Commanders!
Now we're fine.
Swarm mutated.
Alright, time to move onwards right away. So this is where we need to start moving primarily. So the first two objectives, or the first three objective waves rather, are not the most troubling ones. I feel like this next one may be a little more tricky because there's going to be 3 bots moving at once. So I'm going to throw away a bunch of units here for very little effort, but I want to make sure that we clean up this, you know, this area of the map first. Because otherwise I think we're going to be in some trouble.
Forces under attack.
Woo, my bots are back. That means it's tea time.
The tea?
The tea is for TERRAZINE.
Okay. There we go. So this is properly upgraded ultras here already.
It's time to assimilate some resources. Yes. Looks like the enemy is heading for us. Let's go say hello.
Very good. Cleaning up most of this area.
Swarm forces under attack. Creep tumor.
My queen is just so slowed down everywhere. Alright. My ally will be able to hold on to that. Yo, Kerrigan, if you could please help out. You're like kind of the strongest unit here. That would be pretty awesome. Let's get some more Hydras as well, because I don't have a whole lot of anti-air. But there we go. Come on, get these going as well. Okay.
Whew! My bots have returned. Looks like I won the bet this time, Bel'Shir.
Okay, got all of the upgrades.
Are my TERRAZINE tanks half empty or half full? Huh. This wouldn't be a problem if they were completely full.
I'll take right side. There we go. I really can't type today, apparently.
You know what I'm about to say, right? Huh? That there are more geysers on the way? God, out of my head!
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and take up the right side here, while also cleaning up the area up ahead a little more. We'll build up a bit, you know, a bit of a bigger army here for a little bit. Actually, you go off in that direction.
Creep tumor.
Yeesh. They're really doubling down on this living TERRAZINE extraction plan. Maybe we should put a stop to it? Once
Very
the
good.
Bel'Shir glider's TERRAZINE is gone, it'll be dead. So try to free it sooner than later.
Let's see if we can clean up the area over here a little. I mean, we got a good amount of supply here.
You have my attention. The enemy's biomass can provide us.
I'm also, by the way, getting my Overseer speed right now. We'll just queue up some more Overseers just in case. Probably gonna need them.
Bots away! What? I thought it was funny. Bel'Shir laughs every time I tell it.
Alright. Moving to creep every which way.
Hey, did you
Bonus
happen
objective
to
is done.
save any of the extracted TERRAZINE? No? Okay, well, that's
Alright,
that's okay.
very good. Okay, so this is the point where we start flooding up with a lot more anti-air as well, because then maybe, like, considering they had a bunch of, like, high-tier Protoss air units previously as well, I think this is the point where we need to get some more of those counters for those. But we already got a good area of the map cleaned up. And we got creep essentially everywhere. So I think as long as we hold on to the objective here, so this is going to be a big one. I could always use a simulation aura as well if we need to. But...
The simulation aura is now ready.
Or rather, immobilization aura. Wave aura. Same thing. Ultralisk Den, Ultralisk Cavern. Hydralisk Den. No, actually, that can't really. You can't really do that one. Okay, very good. Taking down most of the objective points. Once again, I'm gonna need some more of these new ones. But mostly just using the ORM hold key right now. It seems to work out just fine. Okay, very good. So while they may be doing concussive attacks, right? But as long as my ultras are in the battle and I get still that like tunneling underground and all that, it doesn't really affect my ultras very much, right? Because they're still gonna be able to chomp away at all of the units.
You have my attention.
Look at that. They're still bouncing around like no tomorrow. Alright, very nice. Adding on some more Zerglings right now as well.
The enemy's coming for us. Hope you're ready for this.
I did end up losing a couple of my overlords, overseers, though. I've been losing a few here and there throughout most of this. Okay. Very good. And that should be these three taken care of as well. Next up, we gotta clean up the area over here as well. I think you're gonna be the new number 5 queen.
Great job, commanders. My bots are safe and sound. Do you do this sort of thing often?
Very nice. Trying to make as much as we can. Apparently, there's also the point where we start dropping a bunch of frames. It's pretty tough to have a really smooth, like, 144 hertz refresh rate on co-op in StarCraft 2, sadly. I still hope that one day they're gonna like bring out a performance patch that will properly like utilize the multitasking that these you know, modern day processors can use. But sadly, I'm not convinced that it will ever happen.
The bots are back in town.
The bots are back in town. Very good.
Just a little more Terrazine to go. Our victory is close at hand.
All right, let's destroy their base.
Forces under attack.
Destroying their base is a great way of preventing them to spawn more units, right? Or at least like making sure they don't spawn too many. There we go. Just simply injecting all of my hatcheries, killing as many units here as we can, and we'll reinforce with more. Some more units.
Things are just getting interesting.
Kerrigan is not really in the battle a whole lot of times. I feel like whenever she's delayed, I suppose. But of course, in co-op you can build on creep, by the way, which allows my my ally to still put up the pylons, which is pretty nice. All right, let's go back. We do have to go back right about right now. So actually, killing those bases here. Like, basically, the way that respawns, I believe, work, or spawning of units work in co-op, is that part of them will spawn in the corner of the map, like here, no matter what. Units will spawn in there. But others will actually depend on the amount of, you know, unit-producing structures that the enemies have. So, I don't know exactly if that is the case as well with the Zerg opponent, but I'm assuming at the very least that taking down their bases may be useful.
They grow up so fast. Daddy loves you!
Alright, we're maxed out.
Explain.
There's gonna be some pretty big battles.
They're coming after my bots. Stop them, commanders!
We get creep everywhere though, so we can easily make our way across. Let's get some more overseer just in case. And a couple of additional overlords just in case some of them die.
Even my structures put up more of a fight than you.
Alright, we're gonna need some detection in that way, but
Make it quick. Your queen.
very good. So many swarm hosts. Yeah, we're gonna need some more we're gonna need some more detection. The more detection we get, the better, pretty much. Okay. You just simply hang out in every corner here, just so we have some detection everywhere. Kerrigan, don't die. There we go.
What is it already?
So they're going to be harvesting all of the TERRAZINE right now. I'll leave part of my army up here. The other half can protect the one here at the bottom. And I guess that Azure right now, or Sushi, can take the one wave that's coming here from the side, as well as the one that's coming up from the north here. Very good. Just leaving my unit split up is probably our best bet. The issue here is obviously that, you know, if we're not there in time to defend against the harvesting bolt, we can easily lose them, but...
In need of a shepherd, commanders. There are a lot of wolves on the prowl.
Okay, just simply follow this down. This one is usually attacked as well.
You have my attention, shall become
Reinforcing. More and more Hydras. Couple Ultras. Okay, very good.
Make it quick.
I'll take the left-hand side now as well.
Yeah. Your enemy forces.
The funny thing is, if you've played these missions enough times, you can kind of guess where enemies are gonna spawn next, which is pretty funny. Plus, me and Azure obviously have played a ton of co-op together, which definitely does make it easier for us, because you can sort of like guess where, you know, your ally is gonna go. For example, right now we didn't communicate that he was gonna take the left-hand side, but we sort of figured by the army's positioning that was going to be the case. It does make it easier when you play with the same people as well every single week. You know, or, you know, of course have people to level up with as well. It does make it easier. There's going to be a wafer in the back. But that should be all she wrote, because this is indeed going to be the last of the harvesting bots that we'll have to return. And with actually absolute ease, I mean, we didn't even do it perfectly, right? With absolute ease, we've managed to complete this week's mutation mission on the brutal difficulty. It's funny how the difficulty level is fluctuating, you know? Sometimes we have an extremely difficult one where it's nearly impossible to complete on brutal. And other times, I mean, as long as you are on the objective point, right, in time, like for example we were in this particular one, we shouldn't really have any kind of issues here whatsoever. And with that, the final harvesting bolt has indeed been returned.
Yes! I can finally finish this research and get off this godforsaken rock. I'm sorry, Bel'Shir. I didn't mean it like that.
And there we have it. 239,000 XP in total, which is most definitely a very solid amount, and it brought me up to level 80 mastery as well, with that an achievement apparently. Regardless though, I hope you enjoyed watching this video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button down below, and if you want to see more, make sure you hit that subscribe button so you get a notification as soon as I upload more. And other than that, I want to thank you for watching. Have an amazing day. Do not forget to smile or write, and I will see you in the next one.